What's up, guys, and welcome back to In The Shop TV. Today we're working on our 55 Chevy truck again. We've got a Ford 8.8 out of a 96 Explorer that's getting ready to get chopped up, cleaned up, and ready to get thrown into this thing. Stick around. So as part of this build, guys, I want Posi retraction or a true track if you're a Ford guy. I wanted some bigger gears back there, a little bit more modern rear end, something stout. This is out of a 96 Ford Explorer, this rear end. It is a 3¼ inch tube. They are 31 spline axles, comes with disc brakes, comes with true track, which is their Posi traction, and it cost me $200 at the junkyard. So just an incredible value. You can take this right out of an Explorer, throw it right into that, and it will be just fine. However, if you'll notice, this side here is a different length than this side. The pinion is offset by about 3 inches, just under that. I don't want to do that. We're going to shorten this thing. So here's your passenger side, and as you can see, it's a lot shorter than the driver's side. I don't know about you guys, but if your OCD meter is even like a fraction of what mine is, that just drives me absolutely crazy. So we can't have that. So what a lot of guys do is they pull the axle out of the short side, set it aside. They pull the axle out of the long side, sell it or discard it, and get another axle from the short side. And then when you shorten this, you shorten it by 2 7/8 inch, and that gives you an exact, same width from one side to another. I happen to find 2 brand new Motive axles for the passenger side that are exactly the same length that we need for the price of one used one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and sell our used one at a discount to help someone else out. And the long side one we're gonna make some shop furniture, and that'll be another video if you guys wanna watch that. It'll be kind of cool though. This thing this morning, me and my son did a little father-son project. We gutted it, we took the carrier out, we took the backing plates off, we took the brakes off, we took the brake lines off, everything. We kind of stripped it all down. All right, here's the big gun. Just short little wraps on it. Don't stay on the trigger. Crap. Sorry, don't worry about it.
I got it. Ooh.
Okay. Take the 2 caps off.
You want to hold it?
So you want to kind of inspect these because these are actually the caps for the bearings. What do you think? How do you think they look inside?
They look pretty good to me.
You see any scratches or gouges?
No.
Me neither. What about this one?
It looks pretty good too.
I agree. And we took it to the car wash. It was like, drive-through car wash. So we can pressure wash it and put some degreaser in there and the whole nine. And it is completely emptied out, ready. It's clean. I got it set up here on top of my welding cart. It's a nice height for me to work on things. Came out pretty clean inside. Obviously we have to do our gasket surface and everything, but the pinion gear, I don't know if you can tell, it's like really clean. The bearing surfaces are clean. That kind of textured black surface, there's nothing we can really do about that. That's just kind of the way it is. Down the tubes is mostly clean, but there's some areas where the pressure washer didn't get. So I think what my plan of attack is right now is to get some brake cleaner going in there and stuff a bunch of shop towels in and just kind of push them through and see what we can clean out. Well, that is a lot better. Now we've got our little vent tube here that's got to come out because it'll be in the way of passing our shop towels down the pipe. Okay, so we are pretty reasonably cleaned out. I am okay with that. Get a little low on parfum de man. I think the plan of attack here is first we're going to go after all these brackets, start cutting these off on both sides, and then from there we'll start grinding out an area where we're going to make our cut. With these brackets, it's really hard with a grinder to make curved cuts because the blade is straight, obviously. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of maybe cut them in a V shape. One piece. 2 pieces. That's going to be a long process. All right, so as you can see, the 2 brackets are off on one side, but it really leaves, kind of a high profile. Rather than grind it all down, I'm going to, try to shave. Let's see here, I'm trying to shave little bits of it off with the cutoff wheel. Get it as low as I can to the tube first before I start grinding. Otherwise, I'm going to be grinding for days over here. All right, so this larger spring bracket I got down pretty low. You can see kind of what I'm doing on this other one here. I just kind of shave, and then when I can't go any further, I just cut across the top and that little piece comes off. I just keep doing that the entire way till I get it nice and smooth. This isn't too high. I should be able to get this off with a flat disc or a grinding wheel in relatively short order with minimal grinding. So kind of what I'm going for here. All right, so I'm reasonably pleased with how low I got that ground down, or cut down, should I say. If any of you guys attempt to do this and you get these little nicks here on the tube, don't freak out or anything. That's no big deal. They're just superficial. And we're gonna grind this all smooth anyway, and they're all gonna disappear. That's one wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this wheel, and I guess we're gonna start on the other side. We got it all cut down, I think as low as we can go. The only thing I didn't take off is these clips here, because we're gonna use those for our brake lines. They'll come in handy, so I just kind of bent them up to get the old brake lines off, and we'll keep them on there. Trying not to hit them with the wheel, but we'll switch over to the flap disc now and see if we can take this stuff down. All right, that was a lot of cutting and grinding, a lot. What I've gone and done is clean almost all of, well, a big portion of this side of the tube. This is the side that we're gonna be cutting from. So I just cleaned it all, made it all as uniform as I can, so that it's one less stuff we have to do after we cut it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure from here, from where the tube slides into the cast housing, pick our mark where I wanna make our first line for a cut, and then we're gonna go exactly 2 7/8 of an inch over and make a mark for our second cut is gonna be. I'm gonna remove a section right about here where that leaf spring perch was. So I am making marks at 11 inches around. So we are taped up. I measured about 1,000 times. Make sure we have 2 7/8 distance between the tape. It's right on the money, so I'm actually gonna cut a tiny bit inside of the tape line to make sure that I don't cut too much, and then we could always grind back to make it fit. But I'd rather, spend a little bit more time grinding and making it fit than cutting too much from the get-go. What I wanna do right now is, this may look funny, but I took a spray paint cap and wrapped it in some foil, and I just kind of wanna, it kind of fits perfectly right in that hole. Just gonna leave that there so that when I'm cutting and sending sparks and all that silica grinding dust and everything, I just don't want to contaminate the inside of this pumpkin. So our tinfoil cap is in there. I put the cover back on just with one bolt, just kind of resting there, just so I don't get any of the grinding dust on the outside going in there. And it's still loose, so that smoke and stuff, if it does travel through, can escape. I think we're about ready to get cutting. I'll turn them back now. I have started our cut, and I am just inside of the tape line, which makes me feel a little bit more safe. I'm gonna go slow, keep taking my time. I'm gonna rotate this as I go, because obviously as you get down here, it's kind of hard to see the line. So I think obviously I'm starting with this side first because I want to take the small piece off, and then I'll have this piece still supported by jack stands to cut the center section out. As opposed to cutting here first, and you got to kind of chalk this in a vise or hold it or something to make an even cut. I think it's better to just take this side off first. Didn't go too bad. One more side to go. I'm dirty, I'm hot and tired, but we're almost at the finish line here. I've ground this down, and I've ground the cut piece down to where I've made them together, and we have exactly 17 3/8 inches, so our length is perfect. Right now what I want to do is I'm going to put a bevel on the cut so that our weld can penetrate better. All right, so what I've done here, I've got my edges beveled, and I used 2 pieces of T-channel that I just kind of clamped together to make sure that these are straight with one another. They sell an axle jig, which is basically like a pipe that you put in here with a little bung, and you the threaded part, and you just kind of compresses it all together. They're like 600 and something bucks, so T-channel is about 24 bucks, so I have to go that route. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a tack, one on each side, take these clamps off and measure again, and then see if we have any movement. Tacks on. I'm going to weld sections now. I don't want to do one long continuous bead, obviously, because I have to turn this as I go. But I just don't want to pull anything. I don't want to store anything. And as you guys know, if you're watching welding videos, if you know about welding, metal shrinks when you weld it. So if you put heat here, it will want to contract this way. Put heat there, it will want to contract the other way. So I'm going to weld from this tack to that tack, go on the other side and go from one tack to another tack, Just try to keep the heat even on both sides of this thing. You got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind these welds down so it's smooth with the rest of the tube, and it'll reveal if there's any pinholes or if I missed a little spot or something like that. All right, guys, check it out, check it out. We are looking good. I'm pretty happy with that. It looks like a little bit of a low spot right there, which I'll hit with a tack. And it looks like right there and right there. Maybe a little bit right there, a little shot. A little low spots, but other than that, I'm very, very happy with it. All right, guys, I think I'm calling that good. Filled in my little low spots, ground them down. Maybe someone could do better than that, but for me, that's pretty damn good. What we're gonna do with this is gonna hook it up to a 4-link in the back. I'm not sure which 4-link company I'm going with yet, but I am shopping, so we'll find a nice 4-link for this soon. It has to get cleaned up still. We got to put the backing pads on it. We're going to get new, backing plates that has the internal drum brakes, how the Ford Explorers have. We're going to get some discs. We're going to get some calipers and brakes for all this. We have our axles. We got to get new bearings and seals and rebuild this entire thing. It is a 373 Posi. The carrier is in great shape. The pinion's in great shape, so we're going to leave all that. Just bearings and seals, new backing plates, rotors, and calipers. And we'll get this sucker back together and paint it up. Actually, we're not going to paint it yet because we got to weld the tubes to our 4-link brackets. So that's painting is going to be probably after it's already assembled and everything. That's a full day and I'm tired. Ugh, now I got to deal with the aftermath of hours of grinding and cutting on my shop floor. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. In the next video, maybe we'll get some wheels and tires going in the front for our Mustang suspension. Maybe we'll get this axle built. I don't know. Well, one of those two things in the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you get a chance. It means a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel and I really need the help. Catch you on the next video.